all I'm done, and thanks for watching. Today we'll do the second part of the video about the dynamic chart type. So let's pick up where we left it. We had this mess of charts here. We already have our others category, which sums all the items that we didn't select in the slicer. But now we want to show only one chart at a time. So when we have, say, less than 3 items selected, we like the pie chart. If it's like 3 to 5, we would like to see only the waterfall chart, and anything above that, we would like to see the table. Okay? So we'll see a technique which I found almost accidentally, like fighting my way with DAX. It often happens that when you drag, your brand new measure into visual, it's like the whole measure, the whole visual disappears, right? So it's like, why is this happening? No, you have your, I don't know, in a table you have all your categories, and then it's like, okay, now let's pull in my measure, and boom, the table is gone. And that's because it's blank. Yeah, it's bad DAX, and your measure it returns blank for all fields, so you don't even see them. And then this bad behavior, so to say, I realized, like, wait, maybe I could use that to hide the chart. And that's how I came up with this. Okay, so what we'll do, so that we have a direction, is first, it's not strictly necessary, but I think it helps. It's like we'll split our measure and we'll make like 3 copies of it, of the result measure. And so we can control that differently, okay? And then we'll make 3 calculation items, a calculation group, that will check if that measure should be visible or not, or if that chart should be visible or not, and if it should not be visible, then we'll replace the measure by blank, okay? And we might need to put some other measures there as well. So if we have a background, maybe we want to make it transparent, and even if you had like a dynamic title, you could also like hide it this way. We won't go all the way through, but you get the idea, okay? So here we have Power BI, but if we want to do real work, let's go to wait, this is not this is the other one. This is the one that we already have everything built in. Let's go on the beginning. Okay, I have everything enabled. Okay, so here we just have our manufacturer table. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger, and now we'll go and build a calculation group. It's one of the things I like most. Calculation group. Naming is always difficult with calculation groups, but we'll call this one chart feasibility. Feasibility. Okay. And the column in general, the best is to call it the same way. Chart visibility. And as I was saying, we'll need to make a few calculation items. We'll make one for the pie. Let's start with one. Okay. Oh, I forgot completely. We said also that we would create 3 copies of the measure. Let's do that. We'll add a measure here, which will be the we'll call sales amount pie, for instance. Okay, and our definition will be just the sales amount manufacturer. Okay, so we're just getting the same thing, but then we can control if this is the measure in the scope or not, and we'll have different measures for each chart. Okay, once we have one, it's easy to create the other 2. So we'll make this right now. We'll create the waterfall and wait, what happened? Waterfall, okay, and the table. Okay, let me check. No, I haven't. Oh, maybe I just pasted the original one. I don't know what happened here, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just bring this here, and we'll bring this here. Okay. Is everything fine? Yes. Okay. So now we can get on with the pie. Okay, before I forget, let's make this a little bit bigger. So as I was telling you, first of all, we need to check. We'll need to check what is the measure, but since we'll be using the same thing over and over again, we will first make a calculation and see how many items are selected. Okay. So I have num manuf, which is count rows of our let me check real quick. Open. I'm not sure if I did like with values. I think so. Values of manufacturer, product manufacturer. Okay. Then, once we have the number of manufacturers selected, we need to know if that's the number that is supposed to show the chart or not. So, okay, var, and we say like show pie or show chart, so maybe we can reuse some code later on. It's just a boolean, which is like num manuf is less than 3. Okay, so since we'll be using that, we'll keep going. Now we'll just go for the return, which will be a switch statement. Yeah, we need to check different conditions and do different things in each case. So we'll start with the true. Now, if the measure that we have on our visual is the sales amount pi, okay, the measure, and then we need is selected measure. Oh, I've lost this. Okay, here it is. If this is the measure, what is it supposed to do? Okay, it depends. If we are supposed to show the chart, if show chart, then just leave the measure as it is. We could put again the sales amount, or we could just say selected measure. Yeah. So if we have to show it, just leave it as it is. If we don't have to show it, then blank. Whoops, where is this? Blank. Alrighty. Is this clear? Okay. Then we will just leave it like it is right now, and we'll see where we get from here. We'll save this one. We'll do it step by step. So when you create a new calculation group, you always, or new calculation item, you need to refresh manually. And now I always forget to do that, but now of course we don't use this measure anymore. We're going to use the measure that we define. That is, again, probably this is not necessary, but I think it helps keep mental sanity when you're doing things like this. Okay, and then we have the chart visibility. This is our calculation group. So we'll bring this to the visual filters, and we select the pie. It should disappear, right? Let's see. That's not. Why? Okay, let me check real quick how I did that. Okay. Of course. I forget about the all selected. Okay. Because what happens? Let's go back to the other. Oh, if you didn't see that, we're missing an all selected here, and that's because we need to think about the scope, right? So the calculation items are also, in the end, they are evaluated in the same place as the measures, right? So for each point, if we evaluate what is happening, for each point we just see one value of the product manufacturer, okay? So then or blank, so it's like count rows. So like this is less than 3, yes, so that's why the chart was showing all the time. Okay, so here we all selected. Want to see? Am I doing this right? We need to, of course, sorry. Count rows is fine. We need to calculate. Okay, it wasn't that. Calculate. And now, wait, we put the all selected. And we're gonna format that a little bit. It's very long. Oh well, almost the same. Anyway, we see, okay, so now with this we are reaching into the field, everything that reaches the visual, and then we'll have all those manufacturers that should be there. Okay, so this is very important. Now let's try if this really works. Okay. Boom, it's gone. You see? Very nice. Oh, but Bernard, we have a title. Okay. We could do something dynamic, or we could turn the title off. Okay. And here we don't even have background, so we don't really need to do much else. Okay, we can leave it as it is for now. Let's work on the other two. We go back here, and now we create another calculation item, which is going to be the waterfall. We'll copy this because we'll reuse most of that. So now we'll say if manuf is bigger or equal to 3, and new manuf is, let's say 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, and here, for instance, we'll say the waterfall. Okay. That should be enough. So since it's that easy, actually we can copy paste calculation items as well. Wait, this is not working. Whatever. We'll just paste it. Okay. And now we're doing the table one. Table. And we'll put here a table. Now for table it should be equal or larger than 6, because if we leave a space we will end up with no chart. Okay. I think that should work reasonably well. Let's have a look. Okay. Here now we refresh here as well. Now we need to remember also to change the measures from the chart. So we'll remove this one. Here we put the waterfall one. And here, before I forget, we'll put the table one. Okay. And now that we have the right measure, we can bring in the data visibility for waterfall. Let's see. This is 5, so it's correct. The waterfall should be visible. If I go to the one more, boom. Okay, kind of disappear. We'll see what we can do with that. Now we go for the table and we'll do the same thing. We bring the chart visibility and we say table. This is correct because we have enough of them. Now this is visible and this is didn't disappear really, right? Okay, now when I talked about imagination, it's what we have. There are some charts that behave very nicely with this technique, mostly like bar charts, and I discovered recently that pie charts might be good as well. I haven't experimented with all of them, but for this example, I really wanted to use this one, because they say, okay, you cannot use a pie chart with more than 3 slices or something like that, and waterfall is recommended in those cases, but I think it also has like some limits. So I say, if you want to say 6 or more things, just get a table, yeah, with all the data. So, well, I don't know, there's different opinions on that probably. I just wanted to show this technique. So anyway, let's see what we can do with this one, right? Well, I would go for the easiest way, which is just to remove the title and remove the legend, because here there are no decreases or anything. We don't really need the legend either. And the axis is like, we just want to compare like 1 to the total. So we can remove not the x, we need the x. And this will bring some issues, because when we go to the next one, here, this total will make us crazy. I tried everything. I tried like, what can I do to hide this total? There's not much I can do, because in the x-axis there's like a color, but if you don't have data, it's like it doesn't. Oh no, yes, it disappears. Wait, but I think it didn't really work with the conditional formatting. Well, the thing is that I really want it to disappear. If you make it white, yeah, but it looks better than what I'm doing. So let's try to do that. So we want to measure for the conditional formatting, and we'll put a regular color and some other color. Actually, the value of the measure doesn't really matter, because we'll set both through the calculation group. So let's try to do that. We make a new measure. It's gonna get a bit dirty, so probably I'll come up later on with a more general approach on how to do that. And so it creates all the measures at once. But anyway, we can call this waterfall x-axis color. And here, the only thing that is important is that is a text, because if it's not a text, Power BI does not allow you to choose it as a conditional formatting measure. Okay. I created a measure in Power BI. Oh well. Anyway, now we go back to the one that we're building, and we go to the waterfall calculation item, and we need a new case, right? Okay, I need this shorter line. Sorry. Let's see if I can short line. Okay, more appropriate. Very good. Okay, this is the case. Oh, it tabs one. Okay, good. Now is selected measure, and we put the. Oh, it's not showing. Let me just quickly. Here it is. Okay, if this is the measure that is on the scope, now what do we have to do? We just copy this, because the cases will be always the same. We'll just change the values, no? if we're in this one and we're showing the chart, we just put the color here, okay? So I would just go like black, so black I think is like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and where we're not showing, I think I tried it with transparent and didn't work. Let's give it a try again. Some places accept, transparent colors. Some places don't. I haven't the list yet. I don't know. I would like to do it sometime. We can try with this. I think that didn't work for me, but let's give it a try. Otherwise, we'll just leave it white, which might be better than what I had. So, not sure if the wait. Now we need to let's put this back to black, and now let's say no. I want you to use my calculated measure. No, I measure to make a conditional formatting, which is waterfall axis color. If this wasn't a text, you would not be here. You see, seldom on water. I cannot select it because it's not text. This one I can select. Very important. Oh, wait, maybe it is working. Let's see if the color. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, it's even better than my demo. Now we can completely hide. It's gone and it's transparent. Yeah, if I don't know, let me see how I can modeling. No, wait, where is it? Insert shape. Very boring, but if I put this and then the select, where is it? View, selection. I bring the shape in the back here. So you see, it's completely. Oh, there is no total to be seen. Okay, this is wonderful. So who knows what I did when I was trying. Nice. Okay. Now the table. It's tricky because what happens with tables? Well, we're using dimensions here. Well, the headers, and headers don't allow for much fancy things. So this is not measure driven, as some people are asking in Twitter to allow for many things. Anyway, so what can we do? Well, it's just one chart that is problematic, so this is not too bad. If you have only one chart problematic, you can just bring this one to the bottom. Yeah, so this table is just one of the charts, and the other ones are in levels above. So what we'll need to do is either to put like a white background in this one. That can be a good thing. Maybe we'll just put the background in all of them, so we make sure that when they show, they hide everything behind them. Okay, we'll just do it for the waterfall and the pie chart. So we need a measure for that. So wait, I'll do that. We'll copy this. I don't know, like, let me see if I copy this. Normally it works wonderful. Oh yeah, now it worked fine. And this is gonna be the pie background color, and we'll do. But if I do Control C, Control V, oh, now it works too. I don't know what this. And this is gonna be the waterfall background color. Okay. So we'll make a measure that when the chart is showing will give us a white, and when it's not, will give us a transparent. Okay. And we'll include that in the calculation item. So here is actually almost the same thing as we had. So we'll just copy that. Now waterfall background color. Now when we are showing the chart, we want this to be white, and when we're not showing it, we want it to be transparent. Correct? Okay, so we'll just copy this thing and we'll go to the pie, and we'll format that with short line, and we'll paste this here, and here we'll put the pie background color. Yeah, but it's actually the same thing. So far so good. So let's save it. And now we go back here. You didn't really save all these changes. Yeah, I think if you don't create a new calculation item, it's just fine. So now we need to specify that we want a background, and this background should be with measure formatting, fill value, and here we'll put the waterfall background color. Okay, and for the pie we'll do the exact same thing. Where is it? Here. Fill value, and this is the pie background color. So I was very worried when I saw this transparency appearing everywhere. I was like, maybe I cannot use transparent colors anymore, because maybe we'll break it. But no, if you put like a measure with transparency, it kind of overrides whatever you have here, which is a good thing. So now it should work. Now we just need to put one thing on top of the other. This now should cover the other one. Oh wait, what is happening? Oh no, maybe it is not. It's like changing it. Okay, is this working? Wait, I need to, this is also, okay. So the transparency is kind of overridden by this. Where am I? Ah, this is okay. Now I want this one to have no transparency. Maybe it replaces the last two charts from the measure, something like that. Okay, this is looking better now. We have one. We have two. Very good. We have three. Beautiful. We have four. We have five. We have six. Boom. We have it. Very nice. I like this. Maybe we can make, oh, it gets tricky here when we have overlapping things. This works also very nicely if you're doing tooltips. I have a blog post on that. Go and check it out. Actually, the blog does not do that with a calculation group, which makes the process much easier because you can just build your visual in piece and then just apply the visibility later. If you do that in measure, it's like, then you need the selection, and well, it gets trickier. Anyway, I think that's it. In the other version I had, I came up with the idea like to make a shape to cover something, but then you have to be careful because shapes do not allow calculation groups on them. So then you have to do it just with the measure. Well, you can do it with the measure as well. I mean, you put the same count and say, okay, if this is this, then the result is this color, otherwise it's this other color, and you can apply it to a measure, conditional formatting, and it's no big deal. Anyway, I'm not sure if this is really something that you would bring into production. It's more like a gimmick maybe, but who knows? People love it, so yeah, I love it, the idea too, so why not? This is anything goes on YouTube, right? Anything. Anyway, thank you for watching and enjoy. Bye bye.